Hello, I'm Brigantia, Blackbird of Blackbird's Brew. Happy Tuesday and welcome back to our series, Pagan Problems. This week we're going to talk about how we can avoid self-sabotage. Whether we're trying to break an old habit or to form a new one, obstacles always seem to rear their ugly head. And among the usual suspects for obstacles come from a lack of time, lack of money, lack of support or disapproval, or a plan that ultimately proves to be ineffective. But as we peel back the layers of factors that get in our way and all these external things, we'll eventually have to come around to the conclusion to discover that underneath all of these excuses, the real issue is ourselves, forever and always. Yes, there are external things that affect us, but how we react to those things, how we respond, that comes from within. So if we want to know who the culprit is in us not being able to achieve our goals, well, stand in front of the mirror for a few minutes and you will find your answer. This is good news and bad news. It's bad because it's quite difficult to get away from our own self-sabotaging inner voices. But it's good news because it's within ourselves, inside our own minds, we can overcome it. We have it within our power to achieve, if and only if we put forth the willpower to do so. Now, fortunately, paganism actively encourages people to cultivate personal willpower, and self-improvement should be a byproduct of our spirituality. And honestly, it can be a testament to non-pagans about the value of our spiritual virtues, of why our beliefs actually do have some intrinsic value, whether they agree with them or not. So that's another thing to consider, that by walking our path and being a good example of what it means to be pagan, it can help deconstruct prejudice. Now, how to improve our willpower so we can make our changes that we're wanting to make. First, we can begin with meditation. And we don't even have to be meditating about the specific thing we're trying to change. Just engaging in regular meditation requires self-discipline. Now, it's easy enough to find excuses not to do it, but if we don't give in to that and we stick to our routine of meditation, then we have achieved something, and we can take the confidence from that, and we'll know that we'll be able to successfully work towards making other changes because we already made the change to meditate. And that meditation, one of the effects of it is having a clearer mind and sharper perceptions of what's going on around us. So we'll be able to identify at least a little bit better ways in which we're not exactly helping ourselves out when it comes to pursuing our goals. So meditation, very good thing to do. A second thing is that we can look to our myths and our ancient sources of wisdom. We have a wealth of stories about gods and goddesses and heroes who overcame incredible difficulties. So take some inspiration from it and use that as the starting point for creating within yourself a mindset that you can do this, and that being able to change is not a special gift that's reserved only for a few anointed people. It's something for which people who put forth the effort are able to do. Rising to the occasion is what makes the difference, and training our minds to see ourselves in the light as the person who rises to the occasion and who meets the challenges and sallies forth to do the thing, that can help propel us forward. Another thing we can try is our spells. Now, spells are not going to do the work for us. It's especially not going to be effective if we're doing the exact opposite with our mundane actions of what the spell is meant to achieve. But what a spell can do is it can help break the hold that our old patterns have over us. One possibility that's very simple and relatively inexpensive is to use tea spells. We can draw on the ingredients of the tea to help reinforce our intentions to make changes. Peppermint tea is readily available, and it corresponds with enacting change. Simple thing, wouldn't even take 5 minutes in the morning to do, but it can help move us forward towards making the changes we want to make for ourselves. Now, let's just suppose that you're trying all of this on for size, but you're still struggling internally. Perhaps you don't really believe that you deserve the benefits of the change you desire, and you're not going after your goals as zealously as you should because of that belief. So I want to draw your attention to the poem, The Charge of the Goddess. You might recall the line within that poem that states, "If that which you seek is not within, you will never find it without." Now, I bring this up is because it is telling us that the seeds of change are planted within ourselves before anything visible comes of it. We plant within ourselves, we nurture it, it blooms within us, and then it goes out from us, and we are able to locate more of its kind outside of ourselves. That's what it means. But it begins with planting. And how do we plant change inside of us? One way is to be selective about what we take into our minds. This can range from the books we read, how we engage with social media, what company we keep. The ideas, views, even emotions we consistently take into our system has a profound effect on us. If we want to change, then we'll also need to change what we take in. While we're planting what we want, it's always going to be necessary to do some weeding and remove what we don't want. That's already kind of taken root within us. And this can be very difficult for people, especially once our emotions are involved. But it's a necessary part of the process. You are unlikely to succeed if you are consistently listening to voices that say that you can't. Now, obviously, there's going to be a difference between the voice that says, your plan needs some tweaking if you're going to make this work, and then the voice that says, oh, you just can't do this no matter what. The former is trying to help you refine your approach so you can be successful, and the latter is just getting in your way and obstructing it. So don't be afraid to weed out things that you don't need to be listening to and getting rid of influences that are keeping you stagnating and keeping you locked into old patterns that are probably detrimental to you. So clear it out. Clear it all out. It will make room for better things in your life. And this, of course, all goes towards the aim of helping us avoid the trap of self-sabotage. Now, there's a lot more that can be said on this topic, but I want to leave it here for now. We'll probably be revisiting this in the future. A lot of these videos are part of an ongoing conversation that I hope, sparks some thought and maybe causes reflection and, of course, starts further conversations. If you'd like to discuss this particular video with me, you can find me at Blackbird's Brew on Discord. There is a link to join in the description box below. In the meantime, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.